If you've been wanting to start decluttering, but you feel overwhelmed or stuck, this is the video for you. Today, I am sharing 20 super easy things to declutter. This is a great place to start or revisit if you are trying to refresh your home for the new year. First is trash. I know this sounds silly, but go around your house, empty out all the trash. If you have kids, go through the kids' rooms, pull all that paper out of the drawers, things that have been shoved into places where they shouldn't be, cardboard boxes that are stacked up. Just get all of the recycling and trash out of your home. This will instantly make your home feel refreshed and clean, and it's a great starting point just to get the ball rolling with decluttering. Next is broken things. If you keep telling yourself that you are going to fix the item in the future, or I need to repair that someday. If you haven't repaired it in over a year, this is your sign to declutter those broken items. You can take them straight out to the trash right away. If you feel they have some value for somebody else to fix, you can send them to the secondhand store. But honestly, if you have not fixed the item in 6 months to a year, what are the odds that you're going to fix that item? I say this is a super easy thing to declutter and get out of your home right away. Declutter all those clothes that no longer fit. Nothing is worse than opening your closet and having to sort through all the items that don't quite fit right. Maybe they're too large or they're too small, whatever the reason. Definitely get rid of those items, especially if they haven't fit for a really long time. Over a year is a really good rule. If I haven't worn it because it doesn't fit, at least 6 months to a year, I will declutter those items because the odds of them magically fitting in the next few months are probably not going to happen, and nothing is worse than having to feel bad every time you open your closet that things do not fit. So try to keep the things that you truly love to wear that fit right. This is really simple. Declutter all those books that you've already read. The odds of rereading a book, at least for me, are very, very low. I know I'm never gonna do it. Even if I've had a book that I really enjoyed, there was one a few years ago that I kept because I thought maybe I would reread it. And one day I said, okay, let's see. I pulled it out, I started reading it, and I remembered every single word of the story. It wasn't fun to reread, so I decluttered the book. So if you have books that you've already read and you know you will not reread them, if you're not that type of person, make sure that you declutter those books. It could be as simple as dropping them off at the secondhand store or asking a friend who might enjoy that type of book if they would like it. But get those books that you've already read out of your house. That's a very easy thing to declutter. Too many dishes. A lot of us have those deep cabinets where we push all the items that we rarely use, or we might use it for a special occasion, but then we never do. So clear out all those extra dishes that are just taking up your valuable kitchen space. While we're in the kitchen, make sure you declutter all the cups and mugs that are taking up way too much space. I don't know why, but in most people's homes, we have way too many cups and way too many mugs. And I'm not sure if it's because we get them for free from birthday parties and Christmas and so many different things, but the cups and mugs seem to multiply way faster than everything else in our homes. So go through and just keep the items that you truly love and use all the time and get rid of all the extra mugs that maybe you don't really like, or you're always pushing to the side, or maybe it's just seasonal, you only use it once a year. Declutter all of those items and you will have way more space in your kitchen, which can help when it comes to preparing food and how your kitchen functions. One of the easiest decluttering wins is streamlining your daily routines. And speaking of keeping things simple, I want to share a product that I've been using lately. This video is sponsored by Ocoa, and I've been recently using their dual action lifting cream. Before I apply it, I always use moisturizer to start, which is really important. And then I go in with the dual action lifting cream. For reference, I have combination skin and I'm pretty picky about what I use on my face. I only need to use one pump and gently massage it in. The texture is very lightweight and not greasy at all. Within seconds, you can start to feel a tingling sensation and my skin feels more smooth and looks lifted and refreshed right away. It's powered by Idea Lift peptide technology, which helps improve skin elasticity over time. After using it consistently, I've noticed my skin feels firmer and has a healthier natural radiance, especially around the fine lines. It works for all skin types and comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee, so it feels very low risk to try this out. If you want the best value, check out the subscription or duo options for savings and free shipping. You can try Ocoa by clicking the link in my description and use code Shannon15 for an exclusive 15% off. And thank you to Ocoa for sponsoring today's video. Kids, toys, and items that they've grown out of that they no longer use, this is super easy to get rid of because you don't need to feel bad. You don't need to feel guilty. They are no longer using these items. They've either grown out of the clothes, the toys have been pushed aside, they're no longer playing with them because they have aged out of those things. So you can safely gather them up and declutter them, donate them to the thrift store if they're in good condition. I find that I like to pay attention to what my kids are actively using and then take away those things that I see that they are never reaching for anymore, put them in a box, and sometimes I will hide the items away. And if they don't ask for them for like a few weeks, I am happy to now declutter those without any guilt. I know that they're not going to miss those items. And usually they will forget about them because they're more concerned about what they're actively using and what is age appropriate. And this works for clothing as well. As soon as they grow out of something, it's easy just to declutter those items because it doesn't fit anymore. It's an easy no-brainer, and it doesn't take very much time either because you can see the things that they're using, gather the ones that they aren't. And I find that I do this about every 6 months, but this is a really simple one. And sometimes they will even tell me when they don't need something anymore, but usually I just go in when they're not home, gather those items and put them in the box to see, and they never ask for them, and then they can go. Old blankets and sheets are a really easy thing to declutter. These are great to donate to animal shelters if they accept them. If they're in good condition, they can go to a secondhand store. But this is a really simple thing to declutter because all you have to do is open your linen closet, count as many sheets as you have and blankets that you have, and then do the math. How many beds do you have? How many are you going to actually use? And then pull out your favorites, get rid of the rest. This is just a simple, very easy thing to declutter because you're literally getting rid of the ones that you don't really like anymore. Too many towels. A lot of the time we end up getting towels from family members when we first move into our home, and then we'll get them as a gift. And then we'll be out and we'll see a cute towel, we'll buy more. So go through all the towels, get rid of the ones that are in really bad condition, or the towels that you end up putting way at the back of the linen closet that you never use, because usually we do have our favorites of everything. And you can donate those to the animal shelters like I mentioned before. That's something that so many people comment about, is donating to animal shelters. And I think that's great. I do think you have to check and see where they accept them. Some accept the towels, some don't. I've had so many comments about that throughout the years on my different videos, but donate the towels that are really not good anymore. Sometimes I will save the junky towels for my cleaning, around the house or when we wash our cars, but we only need so many of those towels as well. So once we get, our pile big enough for those, I just get rid of all the other towels that we really don't need. As you can see, this list is pretty random, but I'm trying to focus on the things that are really easy to declutter. So yeah, I'm not going through every single room and into detail, but I'm just focusing on the things that I think are the easiest to declutter so you can really get that ball rolling. I want to mention that I do have a blog that goes into detail on all the different places to declutter. I also have monthly declutter checklists. So if you want to declutter month by month, I will link all of those blog posts down below. And let's jump into the next one, which is uncomfortable shoes. These are so easy to declutter because you will be out walking, and especially if you're walking for a long time, you will say, these shoes are so uncomfortable. I don't ever want to wear these again. I have pretty sensitive feet, so it's pretty easy for me to figure out which shoes are the uncomfortable ones because I will usually end up with a blister on my foot if I walk too far in uncomfortable shoes. Why put yourself through that? So I like to declutter the uncomfortable shoes as soon as I know that they aren't going to work for me. And that's a really easy thing to get rid of because you know you don't want to wear those shoes. Old electronics and random cords. If you have a box of cords that you haven't touched in over a year or two, maybe you just found it out in the garage, I think it's safe to declutter those cords because what are the odds that now you're going to randomly need that cord and you haven't used it in over a year? So usually it's safe to declutter those cords that you haven't used. Also, electronics that you haven't used, usually these are completely out of date, maybe old phones. So feel free to clear those off and then just throw them out. I think there are different places that have yearly recycling for things like electronics and phones. You have to check that out in your area, but that's an easy thing to declutter because you aren't using it anymore. Purses and bags that you never reach for, maybe they're at the back of the closet. You have your favorites that you know you use and love every day or whenever you go out. You're just keeping those other ones for backup, maybe just in case. I was like that as well. I had a whole bin of purses that I kept because I liked them. I thought they were cute, but I never used them. And once I found a bag that I loved, that I, use every day, it has all the perfect compartments for me. Why would I want to go back to a bag that I didn't really like and only want to use once in a while? So those are easy to declutter because you know you aren't using them and they're usually stored somewhere. Anytime something is stored for a long period of time, it's pretty easy to declutter those items. Old paperwork that is in the file cabinet for 10 plus years. I went through my file cabinet when I first started decluttering and I realized I had saved so many things that I didn't really need to save. At the moment, I thought they were important, like when you go to the doctor and they give you that printout of your weight and your height and what you talked about at the doctor's appointment, but really you don't need that information 5 years later. Well, I had all of that in my file cabinet. So go through and get rid of all those things that really aren't important, that you don't really need. Of course, when it comes to taxes and that sort of thing, look up what you need to keep for your area. But usually after a certain amount of years, we don't have to keep that stuff. And it's pretty easy to declutter because all you have to do, if it's old enough, is just pull it out, make sure that you don't need it for the future, and then shred it and recycle it, and then you're done. Food storage containers that are missing lids, or you have the lid and not the bottom, or you have the bottom and not the lid. So go through, they could be plastic, they might be the glass ones with the plastic lids. Go through all those, make sure they all match up because it's incredible how much space is wasted when you have all the mismatched stuff and you're not able to use it because they don't match up. So that's a really easy thing to get rid of because you're not gonna be able to use it if it is missing the other half. Worn out rugs, rugs that are falling apart, these are easy to get rid of. They usually wear out after 5 to 10 years. I find that our front door rug and the back door rug wear out really quickly. Usually I will save them for a little while, maybe try to use them in the garage or camping. But after a while, once I've got all the use out of them, that is a really easy thing to declutter. Declutter the junk drawer, and usually within the junk drawer, there will be things that accumulate that are trash. So I find in our junk drawer, it could be broken rubber bands or the little things that hold the bread closed. That kind of stuff you can easily go through, throw it out. And then I like to organize my junk drawer so it no longer is a junk drawer, more of a utility drawer where we store things, but go through and just get rid of the stuff that's really easy to pick out of the junk drawer and throw away. Empty jars and containers that you save because you might use it for a craft or you might need it for, a little temporary place to put flowers, whatever we save these jars for, I'm not sure because I do the same thing. A lot of the time when we have an extra yogurt container or a jar from the jam, I will save that. I don't even know why a lot of the time, but I think it comes down to thinking I will use that for a kid's project or something that I'm going to make in the kitchen, but we only need so many of those things. And recently I went through and decluttered all of them because I wasn't using them. I was saving them and we already had one that we could use use for the paint that the kids do. So I got rid of all the extra ones. I just recycled them, and it gave me so much more space in my cupboard. If you're a plant lover like me, go around and let go of the dead or dying plants. I know this sounds so mean, but recently, maybe 6 months ago, I got rid of this snake plant that I had. I had mentioned it in a video, and a lot of people said, oh, put it outside, or you could put it in a sunny area, which were all great tips. And I love getting those tips. But I was at the point where I was done with that snake plant. It was really, really dead, and the last few things that were standing up were looking like they were not gonna make it. So I decided to get rid of the snake plant, and it's okay. Not everything lasts forever. We do our best, but you can feel free to declutter the dead or dying plants. That's an easy one. It feels kind of sad sometimes because you've had them for so long, but you are allowed to get rid of them. And I decided to declutter the snake plant that was not happy anymore. Declutter the grocery bags. This could be the plastic leftover ones that you're not going to use, or the paper ones, maybe even the reusable ones if you have too many. This is just an easy thing to get rid of if you find you have too many. I like to try to use them up, use them as trash bags, but sometimes we even have too many to even want to store to use up. A few years ago, I switched to bringing my reusable bags. I store them in my car, so I always have them. But once in a while, even the reusable bags get really worn down and can start to wear out on the bottom. So just go through and get rid of all the ones that are falling apart, or the extra ones that are just taking up way too much space. Old or mismatched socks. This is an easy one to go through the drawer and pull out all those extra socks that don't have a pair. I do this in my kids' room all the time. I even go through my husband's socks once in a while, and yesterday he got some socks for Christmas, so I went through, I was pulling out all the old ones, and I found one that did not have a pair, and I had just done all the laundry, so everything was there, and who knows how long this sock was in that drawer for, but it did not have a matching pair, so that was a really easy thing to declutter. You can find this in a blog post that I will link down below with more information. You can also join my free email list to get the monthly declutter checklist that I send out. I would love to have you. And if you're new here, you can hit the subscribe button to join our community here. I have videos that come out every single Sunday at 6 a.m. I also have a special series with my mom that's coming out every single Wednesday at 6 a.m. Thank you so much for being here, and you can click right here to continue watching videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.